Hey everyone, I just want to share with you what I'm doing here this afternoon, and it's working with a rubric that was set up by Alice Keeler in Google Sheets that I'm grading an assignment for my seventh grade classes. In the post, I'll show you how it actually works, but I just want to show you how it's working here for me as I'm evaluating her assignment. So I go through all the steps. They are automatically started as fours. Okay, so if the student, yes, provided me great vocabulary list of new words that she learned, but down here, her video is not in Spanish, so I marked that as a 3, and you'll see the color goes over. The name of the athlete was correctly given, but you know what? She had a spelling error here when she was giving the athlete's age, and they actually didn't at all put this in Spanish, so I'm going to mark that as a 1. And you can see the grade is calculating. What's interesting about this is, not all of this is worth the same amount to me, okay? The fact that they could find a video with this athlete in it in Spanish wasn't really high on my priority list as much as communicating in the language. So that's only worth 6%. So just because they get a 0 in that doesn't mean their grade is going down by 15% or 25%, depending on how many levels of criteria you have. So that's what I really like about it, is that you can still hold student responsible for some small scale things without it impacting your grade at the same level that a regular rubric would. And then I can go through, she did great with that. Maybe there's an inaccuracy here. And then, they didn't use a complete sentence here. Another thing I want you to notice is that the way this rubric is set up, when we go up here to the values, there's a big drop here between 1 and 2. And only or actually this is 1. Only the 1 does it actually get to a failing score. Okay. Everything else is passing. And then, after it's either failing or it's just not there. So I do like the way this is set up. You can change these percentages to be what you want. But again, in regular rubric scoring, you might have, this 1 and the 2, be a 20% or 30%. I do like the way that this is set up. So anyway, another interesting part of this rubric that I have here is that I put at the bottom responsibility. And you can make this however much it means to you that the student turned it in on time. I think so often, students are getting 0s because it's a little bit late, but again, you as a teacher can weigh that, so they do get some points for being timely because it is important. So how important is that to you? And if they didn't turn it in on time, then you can mark it, and it does impact their score somewhat, but you decide. So, and then the grade is already there. You have a box up here for comments, great job. That's not a good feedback comment, but you can describe what the problem was with the inaccuracy in the sentence. You know what I mean? You forgot your verb, things like that. So I just want to show you how that worked. And this is an example of how one worked out. I love it. It keeps me focused when I'm grading on each aspect. Sometimes you can look at the project and your eye can be drawn to the thing that's incomplete, and then you just kind of have that in your head instead of focusing on every little objective that the student was trying to meet. So I love this. I can't say enough about it. And I hope that you find a way that you can use it in your classroom.